audio for this video for the monthly readings. Yes, I am outside today just because it's beautiful outside, honestly. So I figured, why not? And so, as you can see, I already have the piles sorted. I'm on a time constraint here, so I gotta get right into it. So you have your pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So you can pause if you need to, if you need a bit more time. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut forward to pile 1. We're going to go ahead and look at your clarifying cards here, or your oracle cards. You have heals, obstacles to overcome. You have do not be tempted to lower your standards with a flag. You have haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. You have letter, climbing towards success. You have boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. And then you have diamond, you'll be receiving a precious gift. So hopefully, maybe not an inheritance through means of like someone passing away on you, I hope. But yeah. And then, but you do have the 10 of Wands, you have some more pentacles, but it's the 9 of Pentacles. And then you have the Fool. So this definitely looks like you're going to be starting some new financial journey. It'll probably be from you losing out on some key players in your life. This karma, you will reap what you have sown. And it's funny you also have obstacles to overcome, because you know the 10 of Wands usually comes after the 9 of Wands, which means like you've been feeling overburdened. So this kind of makes you feel like, and I may be projecting here, but have you been like a caretaker to someone? Whether you've been, you know, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a child, or the only child of a parent that has been failing in health, kind of thing, and you've kind of been having a hard time struggling between being independent and taking care of yourself and taking care of your parent. It's kind of like the thing that I get. And again, you're gonna hear some background noise just because I'm outside. I just could not be inside today. You're definitely packing up and moving towards independence into a new journey. Maybe you actually won't have to forego it alone though with this 9 of Pentacles, or completely desolate or destitute, because you have this 9 of Pentacles. And let's see here. You have the 6 of Wands. You have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely going to be grieving something. And then you have the 9 of Discs again. This time, it's an upright. Let's keep it like that. Yeah, you're definitely going to go through a grieving period here. Let's get some clarity on why the Fool card is here. You're going to be moving on from grief. You just got to be moving on from grief. And the Fool is here, the Ace of Pentacles. You're starting, yeah, you're going to be starting some, I don't know if your grief was caused from being and financial constraints or restraint. And also, I don't know if you're, okay, so let me focus. So I don't know if you have been in financial constraints and you felt like you couldn't do what you wanted, but it seems like that definitely is going to change for you for the month of July, or you're going to end up losing a loved one, or maybe you getting into a family business that you have been trying to run away from, and now because of things that is changing, you're definitely going to celebrate, you're going to grieve about it, and you're going to have to possibly go it alone. As if I was to just to read this, it seems like you have been riding high, you have been celebrating a victory, kind of planting the seeds for something that you want, and you are headed towards a moment of grief where you're going to have to mourn for the things that you lost, or like you know, you won the war, but you've lost some hard battles along the way, kind of thing, in order to win your independence and your financial stability. But I will say you also have something here that reads haste and karma. You will reap what you have sown, and you do have a lot of pentacles, which is a lot of earthly things. So maybe you have been working towards something really hard, and you probably never thought it was going to happen. Obstacles to overcome. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. You are climbing towards success. You will be receiving a gift, or you will be receiving or giving a precious gift soon. To me, it just really speaks to, you know, you have been trying to make something work and it hasn't been working out, and you probably have been feeling restricted. But now those seeds are starting to grow, or you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to start working on that, or you're going to start receiving monetary or appreciative gifts and returns from that. You're going to see some ROI on that. So I think for some of you, brace yourself, because it may be coming from a certain loved one in your family passing that's going to help you with this whole financial dilemma. And for some of you, it may be something that's kind of like, again, an inheritance in the form of like a family business that you're going to be stepping into. So I would say definitely keep on the lookout for that. Some of you probably have been walking this path of creating a business or getting things started on your own, and you're starting to feel tired, you're starting to feel worn down, you're starting to feel like, is it even worth it in the end? Is any of this worth it? Should I even continue doing this? But now you're gonna, I say keep at it, because you're definitely gonna start seeing some return on it. You're definitely gonna be moving forward. Move away from the grief that you've been in, and this, move away from this grief or this position of feeling like you're desperate, or, you know, maybe you are becoming disillusioned with your wishes. Keep at it. It's going to come through for you eventually, and you'll be able to see some changes happening, is what I'm getting. So let's see. We got to get some clarity on why one of the Nine of Pentacles, it feels like it's two different reasons almost. Why is this Nine of Pentacles here? Mind you, these all came up in reverse. You have the Three of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands, and you have the King of Swords. Let's see if these come back out again. flipped over. So now you have the Six of Swords. So you got a couple of sixes, a couple of 5 here. You have the 10s, and then you also have the 9. So a lot of this is kind of like something that's coming after grief, or is coming at the end of something that's going to be beginning anew. So for me, especially with the Fool being here as well, you have both of the 9 of Pentacles. To me, it just really feels like you are going to come into some kind of financial independence and freedom, but it's going to come at the cost of a loved one, or it's going to come at the cost of like your independence, or it's going to come at the cost of, I don't know, maybe some other kind of friendship or relationship that's going to help you, and you're going to have to move on. Let's see if I can just, if I'm hammering the nail over the head for no reason here, or if it's going to be something different. Because you really had the 9 of Pentacles twice. It's just interesting that one came up first and one came up right. Okay, these flipped over. So you have, again, the Ace of Wands. Are you ending a job, maybe? And the Emperor. That's probably why it feels like 2 different readings. Maybe some of you are stepping away from a job and stepping into what you always wanted to do, or what you always had a passion for. And then some of you who are Big Pile 1, you're coming into some financial abundance because of a passing. I'll just say that. Because of a transition, I'll say. And so it's going to be hard moving forward from that grief, or probably from that false sense of security that you had, that false sense of like hope that you had, that false sense of you know, feeling like you were on top of the world. Heels, plant your flag, haystacks, you know, ladder. It seems like you're at the top of the hill, you're at the top of the ladder, and you're about to fall. You're going through a crash. And I just noticed something. The Fool also has a diamond as well, and you have the diamond. You're receiving a gift or giving a precious gift. If this is to be believed, you already have the precious gift. I think you are going to pass something on to somebody else. I think you have something that somebody else needs right now, and you're going to end up passing that on. And then with this, you will reap what you have sown. Usually when I hear that, people usually say it in a kind of like pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of way, or they say it in like, you know, you did something wrong and you gonna have that karma come back on you kind of thing. It could be read either way. Either you put something good out there and it's gonna come back to you in a good way, or you have done something wrong. This false, because this feels like a false victory to me. This feels like a false sense of security. So like you've done something false, and you're gonna grieve about it before you get to a place of this. And this may not even just be like, the independence isn't always a good thing, especially depending on the type of person. This could be solitude kind of thing. This could be exclusion. So yeah, with this being there as well, it could be exclusion. It could very much read exclusion. Yeah, but it's pretty clear. pile one, you're moving on for something that has been draining, or something that has a sad moment in your life, and you're going to turn that into a moment to celebrate, a moment to overcome. You're coming from an obstacle. You're climbing over this obstacle towards success, for sure. That's what it reads to me. But I think you need to, if the karma, like, you will reap what you have sown kind of thing is the thing, when overcoming obstacles. It just seems like you're going to have to work for it, for sure. You're going to just have to finish it up, whatever that ending is. Just make sure you end it on a note that you can be proud of, that you could be happy, that you could look back on and be like, yo, I could have did 1,000,001 different ways, but I'm still happy about the way I ended it. It was a choice that I didn't think I had, but I made it and made it happen and made it work. So yeah, you just got a lot of new beginnings here, though. A lot of new beginnings. So you can say what you want about that, but you do have some new beginnings in front of you. And beginnings is always a nice way to start things over, to start things anew, start things fresh, to look at things in a different perspective, come in with the previous knowledge that you had before, and, discard what didn't serve you before. So if all else fails, you still have a new beginning ahead of you. And your creativity is going to be the thing that's going to help drive you. So don't be afraid to tap into that. Don't be afraid to, communicate what you're feeling. Yeah, because you have a lot of wands here. And you just have a little bit of, like, earth to kind of ground you. So yeah, let that fuel your passions, but still stay grounded. Because it definitely feels like you've been kind of like selling high. You probably need to chill yourself out. So that's all I'm getting for you. Oh, where was this from? Oh, that was there. So yeah, so month of July overall doesn't look like a bad month for you. It just seems like it's coming with your typical life cycles. You can't have the good without the bad. You can't have the bad without the good. So at least now you're informed and you kind of prepare for the punches. Just make sure you're ready to rock and roll, so you don't have to get ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Yep, and with that, I'm going to move on to pile 2. Alright, so pile 2s. Here we are with pile 2 for the month of July. If the audio sounds a little weird, it's just because I'm outside. I did not want to be in the house today. It's really lovely outside. It's really nice. So today we're just going to get started. We're going to jump right in. Like I said at the beginning, I am in a bit of a time constraint right now, so this won't be an in-depth reading, but I definitely need to do one for July. And so getting started, we have the kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. I feel like that's just, have you seen what's going on in America lately? I feel like that's just America right now. Older man dealings or relationship with an older man, and broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So it seems like you need to be planning for things to go wrong. That's what this reads to me. And let's see here. You have the 6 of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords, and you have the Empress. Yeah, this definitely reads like some planning to me. And then you have the Strength card, you have the Chariot in reverse, and then you have the Magician. You got a lot of major arcana, honey. I have to go back to the book on this because I oftentimes don't get the Chariot. So I want to make sure that this. So the Chariot in the RWS Tarot deck, it reads Succor, Providence, also War, Triumph, Presumption, Vengeance, Troubled. But in the reverse, it means riot, quarrel, dispute, litigation, and defeat. So yeah, that sounds about right with the rest of this, with the broken bridge and planning ahead. You need to be planning for some things to go wrong. That's reading about right. And let's see here. Six of Wands usually reads like, it's interesting. It wasn't this windy when I first started reading, and now this wind is just blowing. Okay, I thought I had to read that. These two conflict with each other. These two contradict each other because the Chariot usually means that you are not succeeding at something or you need to slow down and look at something carefully. But the Six of Wands means defeat. I'm sorry, the Six of Wands usually means like you're celebrating, or especially with the upright, it means you're celebrating. This did not come up in the reverse. Now, when this did come out, it did fall sideways, but I just turned it up. And I initially did this pause. So it probably should be like this, looking at what you have there. But let's clarify here why you have this Empress card. Why is this Empress card here? You're the second power I have with some greed. Five of Cups. Four of Cups. Somebody is not happy about something. Something is not working out the way you want. And you just need to let that go. That's what it's reading to me. And it's not going to work out the way you want it to. This kind of reads like you want somebody to do something the way you like or the way that you want. It is kind of reading like Leo all over it. You want people to respond to you in a way that you like. You want people to kind of see the reading more like a Leo or a Libra. Like you want somebody to respond to you in the typical way that you want or that you expected them to, and they're not. And whatever the case may be, yeah, I think this is supposed to be like that. That Six of Wands is supposed to be in reverse. Okay, hold on. I didn't even ask the question. What flipped over? Funny enough, I'm just going to pull this out. The Hermit flipped over. But we going to... Why is this Chariot here? You're getting a lot of major arcana, baby. Why is the Chariot here? Why is this Chariot here? Judgment. Are you in some kind of legal problems? This reads like you're in legal trouble, and it probably came about because, hold on, what's on the bottom of here? The Lovers. What came up on the bottom of this? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yep, to me it reads, you've been lazy, you have not been working on something you needed to be. You wanted somebody to get you the easy way out of it, and it ain't happened. You got the Four of Cups again. That was flipped over on top. I didn't even see it. You had the Four of Cups again. Somebody is disinterested in working. Somebody is disinterested in getting something popping for themselves. Somebody do not want to stand up and work on what they need to. Somebody do not want to use their brain. To me, this reads like you are dependent on your looks. You have been dependent on your charisma, and it's gotten you far. We're not gonna downplay that. It's gotten you far. You've probably done a lot. It's probably taken you a lot of places, gotten you a lot of things. But now people are tired of it, and it's not working out. But whoever this older man is, I want to say it's probably something like a landlord or something. I feel like this is like a landlord, or a grandfather, or maybe you a sugar baby. I ain't gonna play that. I ain't gonna downplay that. Let's see. Now I gotta be nosy. Why is this older man here? Why is this older man here? Who is this older man? Why is this older man here? You fighting with him, whoever this older man is. Who is this older man? I don't know who this older man is. And I know who this older man is. Okay, so funny enough, I got the Star and the Pentacles. To me, this reads like this has been your sponsor, your benefactor. Let me spread this out. This is why this old man is here. Now, I don't want to get on nobody's head, but this kind of makes... I'm not going to say that. I am. This reads to me like somebody is an influencer, and you have been getting stuff easy. You want brands to give you stuff all the time. You probably have been on top. You probably been a pretty big deal. Or even if you haven't been a big deal, you've been getting pretty far on stuff. And now people, because everybody's counting their coins. Everybody trying to pinch corners here or there. You have been living far, far above your means. And now it can feel unfair. It can feel wrong. It can be very uncomfortable, but now people are telling you you're gonna have to stand up on your own, and they're pushing back, and people want their money. People want you to actually work. You can't be lazy anymore or half. You actually have to go out here and meet people. You have to go to these events. You have to shake these hands. You have to make that real post. You can't regurgitate some stuff. You actually have to make these appearances. Yeah, now you actually have to look at that bank account and see, oh, you know what, them numbers are not adding up. Let me fix this camera. Like, you probably realize that, oh, you know what, that exposure is not actually paying my bills. I need money. Otherwise, I can't pay this man, because I really feel like this is on some money stuff. Whoever this older man is in your life, I don't know if it's like, again, your grandfather, a manager, a landlord, or something like that. Somebody you have some kind of like business ties to is really what I get for that. To me, it just reads that you have some major work to do, and you're not interested in doing it. And right now, you're just kind of like throwing a fit and being mad. You in the aisles throwing tantrums instead of getting up and actually planning on how to get things done. This is your unsettled times. This is your unsettled times. Things are not going to be easy for you. You are going to have to work for every little bit you have to keep every little bit that you need and that you want, and you're going to have to trim that fat. You're going to have to trim that fat. You are not going to get it easy, and people are calling you on your shit because they're tired of it. So you're going to have to get strong. You're going to have to stand up. You're going to have to fight for everything you need. You're going to have to plan ahead. You're going to have to be frugal. You probably are not going to have as big of a friendship circle as you had before. You're going to have to start creating and standing on your own merit. Your name is only going to take you so far now. That's just what this is reading like to me. Let's see. The last two cards I'm going to pull is for the Strength and the Magician. Why is the Strength card here? That keeps happening. I go to shuffle and one of them flip over. Your circle is about to get smaller. Why is this magician here? Heartbreak and the devil. Yep, constraint. You are not wanting to work on your own. You are not wanting to stand on your own. You are putting yourself in the cage and keeping yourself in that bubble. The old way is not working anymore. It's a new world order. It's a new world order. And maybe you starting to realize you ain't as hot as you thought. And that's okay. It's always somebody out there that's better than us. But nobody can outwork you. Nobody can be better than you. You, only person you are competing with at the end of the day is yourself. So you need to be striving to be better than you were before. And I think this is just serving as your wake-up call. It's time to cut up them 5 extra credit cards that you don't have. You're going to have to cancel that trip that you got at the end of the year that you know you probably shouldn't have been going on in the first place. You are going to not look at your closet and be like, oh, I need something else to buy, because you don't. Only thing you need to be buying is a financial advisor. So you can get some things in order. Only thing you need to be buying is a lawyer, because it seems like you're also tied up in some legal things. And you're going to have to be fighting that front. And it may not even work out the way that you want, but at least staunch the bleeding. It could be way worse if you don't have a lawyer, or a good lawyer. Let's not just say just a lawyer, but if you don't have a good lawyer. Because it really seems like you're tied up in some legal troubles, and it feels like you're almost kind of like, if you don't acknowledge it, or if you don't confront it or communicate about it, it's not there. But baby, them served papers is still gonna be in that envelope, and they still gonna be on your door, and you still gonna have to do that court date. So yeah, this is this is a wake-up call. I'll say that this is a wake-up call for you for sure. Get to planning. Things are going to get tight for you. Things are going to get hard. Buckle down. Get your ducks in a row. Yeah, typically when I see the devil, it's just kind of like you are falling into your base nature. You are doing the simple things. You want the easy way out. You are not trying to create. Yeah. This can either mean that your friend, I want to go back and revisit this, because the strength card came out with the 3 of Cups. So it's either you need to strengthen your friend group, weed out those that aren't really there to be friends or really there to be frenemies, or to have a front row seat to your demise, so to speak, for lack of a better word. Or it could be that it's saying that your friendship circle is going to get smaller, and you need to be able to stand without them. There's a lot of blue. There's a lot of cups here. There's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of fighting. So there's definitely some emotional toll that's going on, some emotional strife. And it's literally just water under the bridge now. Like, let it go. Clean it up. Stop being a passenger in your life and start actually being a participant. I would say just definitely be mindful that you do have the broken bridge here, which means an unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So whatever problem that's like really been wearing you down, it's probably not going to pan out the exact way you want it. But you need to still be able to move accordingly afterwards, because it's not the end of the world. It seems like, looking at this, it doesn't seem like it's the end of the world. It's just like you needed that lesson. You needed that swift kick in order to realize. So Yeah, pile 2. I wish you the best of luck. But put your big girl drawers on. Put your big boy drawers on. And get to it. Really. Yeah, you got the Queen of Swords here too. Stop getting carried away with your emotions. That's typically what I think of when I see the Queen of Swords. Like, stop getting carried away with your emotions, like you're being overly emotional. Because you got the Empress here too. Yeah. Stop letting your emotions dictate and rule everything you do. It's the difference between being tapped into your intuition versus just being like, oh, I got a feeling. It's an emotional thing. Like, they don't make me feel emotionally happy. Like, know that thin line between your emotions and when your intuition is kicking in and telling you to do better. I feel it's kind of like why the Queen is here. And with that, pile 2, I'm going to wrap up and move on to pile 3. Alright, so my pile 3s, here's your general reading for the month of July. We're going to go ahead and we pull out your Oracle clarifying cards here. Again, excuse any background noise. I'm outside. It's feel good. So, join me. Be outside. So you have Lily, the spiritual love. You have Death, pay attention to your work. You have the Bat, take care. Enemies are working against you. This reads real spiritual. Bread, period of prosperity and abundance, and well, family wishes come true. This reads real spiritual work. You have the 5 of Swords, the World, the 3 of Swords, and you're the only one that got 4 of the Light Seers cards. So, and then you have the King of Swords in reverse. And you have 5 of the RWS Tarot. So you have the 4 of Pentacles, you have the Emperor, you have the 4 of Swords, you have the 5 of Swords, and then you have the King of Wands in the upright. This reads like somebody got some spiritual work there. It'll explain why you have the 5 of Swords here. If it is enemies that are working against you, while you're also having the nightmares and the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Swords, that all relates to me like you got some work, some stuff going on the spiritual plane that you probably not addressing, like some family curse type stuff maybe. But let's see why this card is here. And then you get the 4 of Swords in reverse. I'm just going to note the Queen of Swords flipped over, but I need to see this because that came out in that last pile. So let me shuffle this again. Let's see if this one actually come out for real, for real. Why is this word card here? See, usually when it's something this long and it takes a world card, it's something above my paycheck. The King of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. you're getting a lot of kings here. Okay. So you have the Emperor here, you have the Eight of Cups, and then you have three kings here. You have a lot of kings here. And to me, usually when a lot of kings come up in a reading like that, it usually means that there's a lot of people involved, which would make sense if it's referring to family wishes come true. Maybe you have somebody, maybe it's something like your husband, your father, and your father-in-law, or it could be your father, your grandfather, and an uncle, or it could be your uncles. It would make sense if it's like a family thing. And it is saying pay attention to your work, spiritual love. It seems like there's some work that needs to happen here. You need to be headstrong, but you need to heed the counsel of your King of Pentacles and your King of Wands. Usually your King of Pentacles, I usually think of him as the father of fathers. He's definitely looking at the bigger picture of like lineage, in a way of kind of like, what am I leaving here for my family? What am I, when I transcend, what will be left here materialistically for my family to continue to thrive onward? Where your King of Pentacles, I usually think of him as like, he's like your bodyguard. He's like I'm ready for the cause, I'm ready to fight, but he's also not quick to anger. When he is ready to battle, when he finally gets to a point where he's angry, it's like, watch out, because you'll be up. It's interesting that your King of Swords come up in reverse. And the King of Swords could be you, but I really think like this is your seating council. So with the King of Swords coming in reverse, which is usually like he's like your tactician in a battle. Your King of Wands would be your King of Pentacles would definitely be like your king. Your King of Wands would be your general, and your King of Swords would be your tactician. It's kind of like how I think of it. And with this Five of Swords here, usually a Five of Swords, it speaks to, fives usually in tarot speaks to grief. It usually speaks to conflict. It speaks to things of like, it can also speak to things like, especially with the swords, it can speak to things like taunting. It can, it can speak to stalemates. It can speak to, I'm skipping on the other word, but taunting, stalemate, preparation for a fight is kind of like what's coming to mind for me. This just really feels like there's a real spiritual battle going on with you. And if it is taking place on the physical plane, it is definitely taxing. And you wish you could walk away and leave it all. And maybe that's why the World card is here. It's probably saying like you're paying attention to the physical and you're not paying attention to the spiritual. Because when I see the World card here, especially here in the Light Series Tarot, it definitely speaks to like, yes, the physical world matters. You still have to take care of that vessel that you're in. But there is a whole nother world or realm, energies, powers, other planes, dimensions, whatever you like to call them, that is also just as important. And if you are not as fortified or as acknowledgeable or as prepared for that battle as well, it can be costly. So in a way, it can explain why your King of Swords is coming up in reverse of like, you don't have your tactician or your spiritual tacticians in place for the battle that you are going through or that you're about to get into. If that makes sense. Why is it? felt like those ones to come out. I'm just gonna know. And you have the Fool in reverse. I think that's pretty interesting. I think there's something that you are not aware of, or you are not being made aware of, that you are not considering, that you are not thinking about, that you do not have control over, or that you may not be bringing a certain person that you need to along. I don't know why. To me, it just feels like you're gearing up for a battle, or you are in the midst of a battle. There is something you are obviously, with these here, there's obviously something you are ignoring. You got the King of Swords in reverse, the Five of Swords, you have the Fool in reverse, and you have the Three of Swords. It feels like there's definitely something you are not acknowledging, that you are not seeing, that you do not know, in order to move ahead. And maybe it has something to do with your spiritual love and your work, because the death, pay attention to your work, came up. So this could all be something that you are not seeing or not acknowledging about your work. With this period of prosperity here, I feel like this goes with that. You don't have to be something like you have to penny pinch or second guess, or you're not prepared to make these financial decisions or to move forward or do whatever it is that you do. Know that you are watching, you are protected, so you can make it happen. And because you are entering this period of prosperity and abundance, or you are in this period of prosperity and abundance, know that whatever you set your mind to, whatever you actually acknowledge, whatever you set your mind to, whatever you become aware of when you pay attention to your work, know that it can happen. Like, you obviously have I love that word, the wherewithal to get it done, and you obviously have good councilmen. You obviously have good councilmen here for you. I just think you're probably missing the key critical piece, which is your King of Swords. You're missing the key critical piece, but you obviously have your councilman here. And maybe that's what you're not realizing, is that you have the players on the board. Let me turn this over. You have the players on the board. They're here for you when you need them. You just need to put your chess pieces in place so they can do the job. That's really what it reads like to me. I need to see what this grief is about with the Three of Swords. Where is this Three of Swords from here? Why is this Three of Swords? Also flipped out. So flipped over. Yeah, the second pile today, they got this Six of Wands in reverse again. And I turned it up right when I put it back in the pile. Got the Six of Wands. To me, this reads like you are going to meet a hard end or lose a battle. I'm not going to say the war, or you're going to lose the battle if you do not acknowledge. You are going to lose a battle if you do not acknowledge something. There's something you are not acknowledging. And it's something, I think it's something about your family. I'm going to tell you why. In the RWS Tarot, now mind you, you have the Wheel, which read, family wishes come true. In the RWS Tarot, what do you have on the bottom? The Ten of Cups. It's something with your family you are not acknowledging. It's something about your family you're not acknowledging. What are you not acknowledging about your family? What is powerfully not acknowledging about your family? That would make sense. Somebody's trying to keep some emotional distance. All your cups, one cup is on fire. This cup is like, oh, you know, pay attention to that. Somebody is trying to end their emotions. And maybe it has something to do with your family. I feel like I need to pull this off the bottom. You can't, all this is important. You cannot have the world, if you keep trying to send off your emotions and not deal with your family, you need to start dealing with your family. There is some family wish, some family hope that needs to start here. That's what you're not acknowledging right there. For the month of July, this is what you need to be acknowledging. Stop walking away from your emotions. You've been like, stop trying to leave your family behind. They are here for you. And once you start doing that, you can then have the world. You can have the world. This is really all you need to know. You need to, maybe there's an ancestor or something you are not giving them the credit. That King of Swords in reverse, you're not giving that ancestor the time of day. Maybe that's what's coming up. Or maybe your work deals with family. Are you trying to make it work without family? You trying to step out and shine on your own. You think you know everything when you don't. Or you think you have everything when you don't. That's what it sounded like to me. So yes, I would say pay attention to, you have 3 things that you need to pay attention to for the month of July 5-3. And that is your family, your enemies, and your work. Maybe that's where your spiritual love is going to come in at. That's where you're going to be sped spiritually. Pay attention to your family, your enemies, and your work. I would say the work definitely has to start with your family, though. I think that would make handling your enemies and your work a lot easier. So I think you should probably start with your family. That's just my unsolicited advice. Disclaimer. Allegedly. Yeah. And with that pile 3, I hope that helps. I'm going to move forward with pile 4. Alright, pile 4s. Can we end on a good note? Can we end on a strong note here? My pile 4s, because these piles have been all over the place. What's been going on? Again, excuse any disturbances or extra noises you hear. I'm outside. So without further ado, I'm just going to get started. I'm going to hop right into this. So we're going to start with your oracle cards. Your clarifying cards for the month of July. You have the Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Heart. Great happiness. You have the Cup. You should accept valid criticism. Older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. You have Feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Then you have the Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. You see how that kind of flowed? That kind of flowed for you, didn't it? So you have the Six of Pentacles. You have the Nine of Cups. This Nine of Cups have been popping up all in through it here. And the Five of Wands. And then you have the Ten of Cups. So you only received 2 of the RWS tarots. Everybody else at least had 3. So, but then you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here, and you have, is that the 8? Yep, you have the 8 of Cups here. It's interesting. You have the 8, 9, and 10 of Cups. Ten of Cups feels like, the 9 and 10 of Cups feels like that's what you're longing for. And the 8 of Cups is saying like that's what you're working towards. You have increased your efforts to achieve your goals. I feel like I don't know. To me, it feels like you're going to achieve your goals, but not in the way that you expect. It's going to be a goal that you don't expect. Or you probably didn't even know it was a goal until you receive it, kind of thing. But you should accept valid criticism. I feel like you should have like the 7 of Wands down here. But instead you have the 5 of Wands. Okay. Let's see here. And you're the second pile that has something to do with like an older person. Why is this older woman here? The Magician. Who is this older woman? Who is this older woman? Who is this older woman? That is so funny. Okay, the Queen of Wands. I think this older woman is a person that you can't trust. It says someone you know is undependable or insincere. For who this older woman is, it's the Queen of Wands. You know, the Queen of Wands usually represents fire, or somebody with the tendencies of like, think about, I like to say like that soccer mom. She's gonna make sure you get to every track meet, every practice. She's definitely gonna want the best for you. She's definitely gonna want you to be like the popular, the cool girl in school or the cool guy in school. But if you aren't, I don't know why this is coming to my mind. Okay, I'm literally thinking of like Mean Girls. I'm thinking of Regina George's mom. Like, she did so much. She wanted her daughter to be cool and perfect. She loved that her daughter was cool and perfect. She was kind of like feeding off of that. But at the same time, on the flip side, Regina George's mom, if we were to see her in the context where she wasn't the supportive mom, she could be very evil. Like, she could be nitpicky, not cold-hearted, but nitpicky, Pretty destructive to her children's self-confidence. I kind of think of like maybe they would be like, she could appear, like the toxic cool mom who's like, okay, you gained 5 pounds, you need to lose like 10, kind of thing. Or, when I was your age, I was dating so and so and I had this many people and I was doing this and doing that and you're not doing half of that, kind of thing. It could be like that kind of mom. I don't know why I feel like it's a mom. I feel like it's a mom. Maybe it's a coworker that you look to as a mother figure. Yeah, this person is not dependable. They are not creating. They are not dependable. That's answering that, isn't it? The Magician. The Feather here. This older woman is insincere and she's not dependable. And I feel like you knew that. And maybe that's why this 9 of Cups is coming here. I think you have been wanting to create some kind of family, or you had a sense of family or security with this person. And that's probably also why the 10 of Pentacles is here in reverse, where you have the 10 of Cups in the upright. I think it's like right now you have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse with this person. Like, maybe like business-wise, they have been helping you, or maybe they've been training you. And once you let that weight go, you'll start to have all of this. Because I feel like you two have this type of relationship, this 5 of Wands, where it's kind of like, are we working together? Are we working against each other? Are we working towards the same goal? And maybe you're going about it in an underhanded and sneaky way. That's kind of like what the 5 of Wands get. When you look at it, you're like, I don't know, are we battling with each other? Are we working together? Are we working towards a common goal? Like, I feel like that's what this older woman is. This older woman has been like the blind spot for you. I feel like it's a mentorship. Like, this person was like a mentor towards you. They were like a mother figure again. But I think it's now a time of like, you've either outgrown her or she's kind of regressed, or she's going through something in her life right now to where it's probably best you move on and make things start to, you take what she has given you that has actually worked, that resonates with you, and you move forward to achieve your goals. I think valid criticism. Has somebody told you about trusting this person too much? Why is this cup? Why is this cup here? I said, has somebody told you? You got the Page of Pentacles. Somebody is telling you this woman is detrimental to your business. That's what it seems like to me. Somebody has told you this person really don't want the best for you. They've probably been living vicariously through you, kind of thing. It's time to cut ties. That's what that reads like to me. You and Pile 3, both of you like had to stop for a minute because of the police sirens. Hopefully it's died down enough in the back. But both you and Pile 3, we like, maybe you were drawn to Pile 3. They kind of read of like codependent relationships. Or was it Pile 2? I forgot just that fast. I think it might have been Pile 2. Like kind of like codependent relationships. A feeling like you are afraid to stand on your own merit. You are afraid to make things work. You also have this, funny enough, you also have the Six of Pentacles here. You got a lot of pentacles. 1, 2, 3 pentacles. You have how many cups? 1, 2, 3 cups. Yeah, to me this kind of reads like balance. There's some emotional work that has to be done to help you focus on your materialistic, or maybe there is some emotional aspects of your thought process or of your life that is causing it to bleed over into your business, or like affecting your materialistic wishes, which isn't necessarily bad. I don't want you to think I'm saying it like it's a bad thing. It's not necessarily bad. Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. To me, it sounds like, yeah, you need to cut off there's something you haven't been wanting to face again. I'm just doing this to keep the wind from blowing cards. Something you have not been wanting to face again. Something that you need to cut off that you have not been wanting to cut off. And you know it. You well know it. It's something you need to walk away from. And it sounds like it's your business family, which really includes this older woman. Maybe you have been, it kind of reads like you've been sitting at this job and doing this job because of this woman, and it's not really serving you. It's not really working out for you. Know that we got the Chariot. Why is the Sense of Pentacles here? Yeah, you've been feeling tethered to something that you... No, you shouldn't be. You're getting a lot of swords here when it comes to, like, your emotions. Where is the Six of Pentacles? Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Why is the Six of Pentacles here? So you got the Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Oh, excuse me. Which reads that you have been stunting yourself. You have not been growing in the direction that you need to. And maybe you are in need of like an authority figure in order for that stuff to happen for you. But I don't think you have been looking for another like mentor that's going to help you. I think this mentor or whoever, this manager, boss, whoever this is, has carried you as far as they can. They have taught you as much as they know. You have picked up everything from them that you possibly can, and now it's time for you to shift and actually step out on your own, and you're afraid to do that. Or it's time for you to find somebody else who's going to help take you to the next level, and you are purposely like ignoring it. You are purposely choosing not to step in that direction, and that's probably why you got the boot here as well. You literally getting the boot. It's literally telling you to get the step in. It's literally telling you to get the walk in. It's literally telling you to put in the effort in order to achieve your goals. If you stay stagnant, you are not going to achieve what you want. And I think somebody has also told you that as well, and you probably didn't want to hear that criticism. Somebody probably told you that you are hindering yourself, you're stuck, you are crippled, you are being blind to the bullshit, whatever it is, and you are choosing, because you got a lot of stuff with like eyes closed. Eyes closed. There's literally something, or moving on. There's literally something you are not wanting to see, something you are not wanting to do, and it's time for you to step out on your own. You probably feel like you need these people, and I'm not even gonna say it's really just like family, but like this sense of community and things it is, but they're really like a hindrance to you, and you don't want to see that. It's telling you it's time to walk away from that in order to get to where you need to go, to your next transition, to your next level up. And to me, it really feels like it's a business squabble. Or maybe it is something with like your family, that your family is dead weight for you, apparently. They are not wanting you to level up, or they are like an anchor. And it's time for you to just kind of like suck that up and step forward. It's time for you to be independent. It's time for you to step out there. It's time for them to give to you as you give to them. It's time for this reciprocal relationship. It's time for you to level up. It's time for you to step forward. It's time for you to start being stingy. That's what it reads to me. Or it's not even just being stingy. Just, again, reciprocate that same energy. I'm helping you with something. I'm going to need you to help me. That's all. It's time to walk away from them toxic relationships. Especially this older woman who is not serving you. She's a faker. Or she's taking you as far as she can. Again. So with that pile 4, I was hoping we was going to end on a light note. Never seems to happen that way. But I guess it is still a light note. It's weeding some things out. So I hope that helps. I hope that's beneficial. I hope you actually do continue to strive towards your goals, because it seems like you have some good things ahead of you. So hopefully you're just open to the criticism, and that you're open to change, and you don't continue to bury your head in the sand like you've been doing. And so with that, I'm going to close out. I thank you so much for coming, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye.